Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Kinero Loveriche. I am Seren Prince, as always, joined with
Man of Stage. And together we are Bridge Boys Broadcasting. Welcome, and thank you for tuning in.
Last time, we didn't know what we really wanted to do with our lives.
That is relatable.
And this time, we might figure out what we want to do with our lives.
Morning.
先輩、今日もお疲れ様です。
Good work.
Oh, was I supposed to be enthusiastic? I don't know.
It's still up in the air.
Yep. After making it back from radio calisthenics,
ゲロ、よろしくて。
I have a name.
I wish you'd stop calling me that already.
朝の掃除をしていたら、これが落ちていて踏んでしまいましたの。
Uh-oh.
Ah!
She held... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. She held out the ring box. The box with Ouro written on it. The box with my memories with Sylvie. I'd taken it out when Ria left her Loveriche emblems with me, and it seemingly left it there ever since.
You said you stepped on it, huh? Did it break?
いえ、ちょっとギュッとしただけで、体重をかけたわけではありませんので。
I snatched it away from her and I looked it over. The box's exterior as well as the hinges didn't show any signs of being broken.
Oh, thank goodness.
ごめんなさい、私としたことが。
Give me that whip.
Now it's my fault for not taking better care of it.
The box was the same as ever. The thing that surprised me more was Mina-chan's honesty in telling me she had stepped on it without trying to hide anything. You know what? No, I believe that she doesn't seem like the type to really hide stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Or at
She has
least
that, noble sensibility of
Yeah.
you always say what you've done.
except for the first tea party when Ella-san caught us. But that was pretty inconsequential.
I feel like a lot of that's also just being a little sister.
True.
You didn't hurt yourself, did you? This box is pretty hard.
いえ、平気です。
She quickly went back to her usual self. There didn't seem to be any issues, my relationship with her included.
にしても、オローラ？勝者の名前をつけた箱ですわね。元は何が入っていたので？
A ring.
My precious.
ああ、そのくらいの大きさ。
I wonder if she's gonna put it together.
でも、
Well,
オローラで指輪。
We will find out.
お姉様がそんなものを持っていたような。
It may
say
be
what?
it may be a ships in a night kind of situation where it's like, maybe? Guess we'll find out later. That's what was bothering me. I sighed deeply while I stared at the box on my way to school. Oh, he brought it with him? The Ouro ring that binded my and Sylvie's pasts together. I couldn't remember the finer details given that it happened over a decade ago now, but I hadn't forgotten about giving what was inside that box to her. About giving her the golden ring inside of the box. Should I come out and tell her? After all this time? Something told me that it'd be pretty uncool in its own right. It wasn't as if anything would come of it even if I told her now. At this point, I thought of Sylvie as an ordinary friend. Heck, she was a princess. She couldn't even be perceived in that category. If I was going to take the middle ground, I'd be better off sealing this all away in my heart as a nice memory. But if that wasn't the case...
おはよう、オーラ。
Huh.
She scared me. I quickly stuffed the box into my pocket.
おはようございます。随分と早いですね。
Yeah, I mean, You can blame Mina-chan for that.
みな、やりすぎていないかしら。あの子の言い分もわかるけれど、オーロの生活を圧迫するなら止めるわよ。
No, no. She's a polite girl at the very least, so it's okay.
She was just strict.
It's actually been nice to have her around. Just this morning, she stepped on a box.
And my foot went into my mouth.
箱？
Never mind.
Fun box, oh fun box.
Smiling gray and dark.
I panicked and checked the box in my pocket.
It's still a box.
I still didn't have the courage to show it to Sylvie.
そう。まあいいわ。教室に行きましょうか。
Yeah.
Oh, what a relief she didn't press me too hard. That comes down her path.
Ah!
どうしたの？
Yeah, nothing.
I patted my pocket. The box was there. Yep. Why did I bring it with me? Since I ended up absent-mindedly heading to school in the course of talking to Mina-chan, I ended up bringing it along. This was something best left in my room. Why had I brought it to school? The school Sylvie attended, no less.
どうしたのよ。顔色が悪いわ。腰が痛いのですか？
No, yeah, maybe.
I patted my lower back to play off checking my pocket. Please don't let her notice it sticking out. 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 Are we still talking
Is
about
that-
the box?
I was going to say, is there a box in your pocket, or are you happy to see me?
Can't it be both?
あら？オーロ、そのズボン。
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? I learned how to iron this weekend.
Ah!
アイロンをかけるようにしたのね。いいことだわ。
Yes.
Joke successful. My work here is done.
Well, we had a good run. We'll see you next time. Yeah, Mina-chan told me to.
So began one horrible day for my heart. We had cheeseburgers for lunch. What should I do with this box? The dorm was nearby, so maybe I should bring it back during lunch? You could just have Sylvie pitch it through the window. She's good at doing that.
Yeah, she even broke it when the power went out. Wow.
As that thought crossed my mind,
メイクがまだ来てない？昼過ぎになるの？なんとかしてちょうだい。あの子わがままなんだから、待たせるとすぐごねるわよ。本人が来れないのにあんなふざけた番組進行にしたのはあなたたちでしょ？苦情が来るのは制作会社じゃなくて、うちの局なのよ。今週中にコメントの VTR だけでも撮れなきゃ、視聴率どころか即打ち切りよ。ヘリでも何でも使って、さっさとメイクをよこしなさい。何よ。
That's my seat.
a certain someone nearby was super furious.
これだから庶民は。
Because you're in our seat? She headed off to who knows where as she clicked her tongue.
なんか切れてたね。
Does she get that nasty when she's upset?
No, she's just in a...
Wait, like, of all people, we should kind of know.
I was about to say, she's just perpetually nasty. At least to us. She always had such a sophisticated feel to her, too. Are we talking about the same Jokazaki?
I mean, I guess she kind of had her own passive-aggressive way of being, like, bitchy. It wasn't,
okay.
like, direct.
You're right.
綾香、最近怖いんだよね。
Did something happen?
一番はあなたがクラスに馴染んでるからだろうけど。
I mean,
先週星テレビでやってた音楽番組でさ、マリア・ビショップが出るって宣伝してたのに、結局来なかった事件あったじゃない。
gee, I wonder what happened.
They're the ones who were guilty of that.
I still couldn't forgive them. And wait, that was Jokasaki's family's TV station?
せめて番組冒頭に来れませんでしたってやればよかったんだけど、制作会社が視聴率引っ張るために伏せて進行したじゃない。
Ooh, bad call.
あれで苦情の電話が鳴りっぱなしなんだって。最近のテレビ局はヘイト溜め込んでるから爆発した感じ。綾香完璧主義者だからそういうの我慢できないんだよね。
That explains a lot, actually.
お嬢様は家が混乱すると困るもんね。
Since it's a matter of pride.
That was an issue commoners couldn't begin to wrap their heads around.
No, so, what was all that about shooting a video?
知らない。
A video. Whose? It was now lunchtime. I had somehow made it this long while downplaying the box in my pocket. I'm sitting here with the box in my pocket.
どうかしたオーロ？
Oh, I was just doing an impression of a tea kettle.
Oh,
I panicked this morning, but it wasn't a big deal after I calmed down. I considered sneaking away to the dorm to put it away, but there was no sense in taking the risk. It would turn into a bigger hassle if Ella-san happened to spot me in the act. I just had to make it through another half of a day.
あ、ねえねえオーロ、お昼からちょっと私に付き合ってくれない？
Shit.
for piano?
Sylvie always played piano in the afternoon.
それがね、今日音楽堂がこの後しばらく使えないみたいなの。
何でも芸能人の方が撮影に使っているそうです。午前中に済ませる予定だったのが長引いているとかで。
Ah, okay.
だから今日は暇なの。他のことをやる気もしないし。オーラもよくいろいろなところを渡り歩いてるでしょ？今日はそれで行ってみたいなーって。
Okay, the last time we did that, I ended up with an army of guards in black chasing after me, and then this whole situation.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
It was true that I hadn't picked anywhere to go, so I was simply loitering around in the afternoon.
Dots. Sorry, it's not looking like I can swing by today.
Why
not try hanging out somewhere else today? You could watch Ella-san fence or Mina-chan dance.
フェンシングは昨日もうやったから。
So dancing it is.
行くとこないなら打ち気のよシルビー。外人体型のモデル欲しかったんだ。
That works too.
ファッションか。
Sylvie was an inquisitive person by nature and was interested in anything and everything so long as you extended the invitation. She ultimately decided to go along with Reina. As for me...
Ooh.
Here, huh? Not that great of a choice, but I would skip and kill some time. Talk about a dilemma. I was having a tougher time talking to Sylvie with each passing moment. I took out the box from my pocket. Who knew such a tiny box could cause me so much emotional stress? That was just how it worked, though, considering it was a memory of first love. Despite being done and over with, I couldn't help it. I peeked down below from the rooftop.
I am the night.
I am Bat Ouro. The school was bustling this afternoon with students preoccupied in sports, study, and whatever they had devoted themselves to. Off in a different world from my own. Suddenly, I spotted a crowd of adults coming from the music hall.
あ、音楽堂、もう使っていいの？みたいですよ、シルビア様。行かれます？そうね。今日はちょうど弾きたい気分だったし。モデルは？ごめんなさい、レイナ。また今度ね。
She's so flighty. They were done already? Celebrities sure were fickle. Who in the world was at that shoot? Uh-oh.
Yes.
Huh?
この時間からいんのかよ。
Huh? What?
間違えました。
Off she went. I was too petrified to follow after her.
マリア・ビショップが来てるってマジ？音楽堂使ってた芸能人がマストでそうらしいよ。見た子がたくさん。どこサイン欲しい。
Oops, wrong floor.
音楽堂にはもういないそうですわ。階段を上がっていくところを見たって。階段。もしかして屋上でしょうか。まさか立ち入り禁止ってあるじゃない。無理だな。
But she came back.
So,
はじめまして。
yes, it is nice to meet you.
ちょっと騒ぎになりそうなので、ここに隠れさせていただいてよろしいでしょうか。
Please do. It's off limits, so I doubt anyone will come here.
ありがとう。
It is possible a savage-looking delinquent might show up, but it's all right. If that happens, I'll get rid of him.
Oh, love it.
ありがとう。
She smiled softly. Whoa. 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 Oh my God. My heart had been in panic mode since this morning, and now it was going into overdrive. I felt like it might explode. I couldn't stare directly at her face, but she made an effort to look away herself. But this profile... It was Maria Bishop, wasn't it? The Maria Bishop was right over there. Right over there, smiling. Wait, she was smiling, huh? Maria Bishop had exceptionally few TV appearances and hated talk shows in particular. That made her mysterious and was a factor in her popularity, but when you actually met her in real life, she would have to do some expression. Was I inadvertently the first fan to have seen her smile? I wanted to say something, but was positively tongue-tied. Could situations like this even happen? Ah, through the power of visual novel story plot points, they can and do.
And you can have them happen to you too, if you buy Kinero Loveriche.
Available on Steam. We're not endorsed.
No.
The celebrity I adored and admired most suddenly appeared before me. To top it off, we were going to be alone together for a while. Maybe I shouldn't say this after forming some miraculous relationships like with Sylvie, but the situation was far and away the most incredible thing ever. Damn it! Say something, me. How about you're a fan or something? Just talk! Speak. Speak.
その凶暴そうなヤンキーって
Yes?
I never saw this turn of events coming. She spoke to me first. She could speak normally? I just assumed she was the quiet type since she hated talk shows.
What could it be?
そのヤンキーってどんなやつどんな人
Well...
その女の子はあなたにとってどう
Oh, no. Well, let me think.
Oh, did I mention she was a girl? Well, whatever.
I would call her a friend, although I'm not a delinquent.
I'm a good boy.
I'm a good noodle. She is a nice person, my friend.
いいやつそう
She looked happy for some reason.
そいつその子も多分君のことを友達だと思ってるよいいやつだから友達だって
Well... I'm sure you're right. I do think she likes me.
好かれてるとかそういうことじゃなんでもない
Something about her behavior seemed strange to me. Is this what celebrities were like? Well, technically you do know a couple of them. They're royalty, but they're still arguably celebrities.
Yeah, they definitely count.
あれ耳んとこゴミついてるよ
Huh? Where?
動かないで
Brush.
Yeah!
She touched my ear all of a sudden. I was nervous as hell and ridiculously ticklish, and the sudden physical contact made me jump into the air. Maria was surprised for a moment. I can't help it, I'm part cat. Then burst out laughing.
ヒャーって言った男がヒャーって
She was covering her mouth but wouldn't stop laughing. She was laughing at me. Did she think I was weird? I was in a perpetual state of shock at this point. I didn't know what she thought of me, but... When she lifted her head again, she had a sinister smirk on her face. I had seen this smile somewhere before.
ねえ君
Yeesh!
She approached me. Huh? Wasn't she standing awfully close?
君私のファンでしょ
What?
知ってるのああいや見ればわかるの芸能人はね 違う
You are not wrong. I am a fan.
よろしい
She was insanely close. At this distance, I'd be shy even if it were Reina. I was so close to a star I admired. Actually, the earlier elation I felt was steadily turning into fear. She giggled to herself.
実は私ファンと触れ合うのって初めて
Seriously? Even though you have like a bajillion fans around the world?
人と会うって好きじゃないから面倒なことは全部ナトリマネージャーにシャットアウトしてもらってるのだからファンと会う機会ってのもなくて面倒がないのはいいけどいざファンだって子に会うとやっぱ気分いいね
Is that how it works?
Was she that antisocial? It did match the impression she gave off. I did, however, appear to be an exception.
せっかくの機会だし、サービスしてあげよう。私に何かしてほしいことある？
Can I touch your hair?
Um.
握手？
Wah!
Gorilla grip. She grabbed my hand. Squeeze, squeeze. Her soft, tiny palm trampled all over my own. Trampled. Okay. That was enough to make me go pale as a sheet, but...
サインとか？あ、でもペン持ってないや。
Why don't I go buy one?
He just leaps off the roof and runs to the store.
Yep.
いいけど、戻ってくる時まで私がここにいる約束ないよ。
What should I do? Was this the one and only moment to get an autograph that would last a lifetime? She was smirking at my bewilderment. This was totally one of those situations. Yeah. She was teasing me. I was being teased by Maria Bishop. This went beyond a happy situation to being an honor. But I was also immensely surprised. Who would have thought a mysterious girl like her would have this sort of personality? My happiness swelled just as much as my astonishment that I was the only one who knew this side of her.
あー、写メ？写メ撮るのがいいのかな、こういう時は。
Are you sure?
あー、ダメだ。写真残すとマネに怒られる。
Oh.
Ah, too bad.
じゃあ、こうしよっか。
Tug.
What?
Flump. She tugged on my arm. She was clinging to my arm. Maria Bishop was clinging to my left arm. So glad I didn't get it chopped off earlier.
Yeah.
This was a total dream.
こっち
Then
だ
he
け
wakes
撮
up.
る。
She pulled out her own phone. Then she pointed the front-facing camera at us and pressed the shutter button.
まあまあかな。
Is this?
あー、そっちはダメだよ。流出とか怖いから。
Is that right?
She couldn't leave that behind on my camera, huh? I understood where she was coming from, but it was still too bad.
でも私が、マリア・ビショップが生涯で初めて写メしたファンが君って事実は残る。最初で最後かもね。誇りに思っていいよ。
I will.
Hearing her call me her first was titillating in all sorts of ways. Yeah. Maria smirked at me again. Then pressed her body against me harder. A softness clearly unlike any other part of her was against my upper arm. This... was it that? It had to be. Her...
He's just becoming Kikuchiyo.
なんか当たる。
Ring box in my pocket.
何これ。
Oh!
In an even bolder move, she stuck her hand into my pocket. The thing about the lining of my pockets is that the fabric is thin, so her hand was touching my thigh through one super thin piece of clothing.
That's, you know.
暴れんなこら。ちょっと。あ。
She pulled it out, and the music faded out at just the right time. After taking a good look, her eyes went wide.
Well,
it was the tiny box I had kept hidden from Sylvie, and an unexpected pair of eyes had now come into contact with it.
the thing about that is...
Man, this is a wedding ring. She had gone stiff and looked nothing short of bewildered. I mean, anyone would be surprised to find a mere student carrying around a high-class looking ring box.
No, there's nothing in it, though. Look.
I opened it and showed her the inside, careful not to leave behind the Loveriche emblems. Oh, good for once. Actually, was it weirder to carry around the container than some ring? Her expression remained frozen in place, so I had no idea what she thought of this.
This, is like a toy of sorts. I accidentally brought it with me today. So,
What should I say? While I was stumped, after several long seconds of being frozen in place, she suddenly...
Auroraか。
She read the inscribed letters. Ouro. She could read it, huh? Even though I had no idea where this name came from.
この格好で来た日に限ってそれを持ってきてる。その箱が導いてるのかもね。私たちのこう運命的な。
huh?
Nothing she was rambling on about made much sense to me. She shot a tiny smile back at me. Squeeze. She took hold of my hand again. It wasn't like that teasing handshake from earlier. Rather than a playful grip, she took a firm hold.
来て。
And she leapt off the roof. And tugged me by the hand. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Maria-san, you shouldn't.
Despite being on the roof to hide, she ventured out. Luckily, class was still in session and there were no students in the hall, but still.
あれって噂本当だったんだ。で、どうして市松先輩と？
We were spotted from inside the classroom. News spread fast in this era of smartphones, and more people would spot us the more time passed. By the time we made it outside, plenty of people were clinging to the windows, and everyone on the sports field had stopped and were watching us.
Are you sure it's okay not to hide, especially since,
She was holding my hand. It would be awful if someone took a picture of her now.
だから突っ切るんだよ。今を突っ切らなくて、いつを突っ切るんだ。
Words I had heard from somewhere before. She
Goku.
She didn't give them enough time to take a picture. Bang. And rushed toward the music hall. She immediately closed the door and cut us off from view. The music hall was luckily soundproofed and there were heavy curtains on most of the windows. I was beat. All there was to be found in the music hall was Sylvie playing the piano. She didn't stop playing even after we rushed inside.
ちょっと待ってて。
She gave me a quick wink, probably implying that... However, she obviously stopped once she spotted the person beside me.
オーロ、そちらの方って。ちょい待ち。
Maria-san stopped Sylvie as she began to stand up.
途中で止めないで。曲、いいところじゃない。そうね。
She continued her performance. Despite being utterly frayed and overly conscious of our arrival, Sylvie was impressive. There wasn't a single fault in her performance itself. In fact, her performance helped her regain her composure. No pun intended. We helped ourselves to the front row since we were the only members in the audience. And then we listened to the very best part. Soon enough, after she finished her song, we gave as much applause as the two of us alone could manage. Sylvie bowed her head and then...
すごいわ、オーラ。マリア・ビショップとも知り合いなの？
This is obviously our first time meeting. My heart's pounding like crazy right now.
私も初対面。はじめまして、マリア・ビショップさん。私の名前はシルビアル・クルス・クラウン・ソルティレージュ・シスア。知ってるよ。
Okay, apparently we're the only ones that just can't rattle that off.
Well, we are Ouro.
Fair.
That's a celebrity for you.
Sylvie was considerably popular herself. Once that thought crossed my mind, she took a look at us and that awful smile flashed across her face again. What could it be? It was like she was teasing us. But before I could ask,
リア。
someone rushed in and slammed the door open with astonishing momentum. Oh, wasn't this the person who I saw talking to Ria before?
こんなところで何をしてるの？いきなりいなくなって。
タイムオーバー。
ほら帰るわよ。AD を連れてきたから絶対周りに顔を出さないように。
Too late. The older lady rattled on with an incredibly menacing expression before next turning to us. You didn't see anything, capiche?
あなたたちここの生徒ね。悪いけど携帯電話を見せてちょうだい。彼女の写真でも撮っているなら。ソルティレージュのお姫様？
どうも。
Looked like she was weak against authority. She was panicked at an equal or even greater celebrity than Maria showing up.
Neither of us have taken any pictures.
撮らせてない。それくらいは気をつけてるって。
そう。ならいいわ。
She had this subtle look like she might actually encourage a group photo with a princess. What a calculating lady.
ナートリさん、生徒集まってきちゃいますよ。
そうね。行くわより。マリア、顔を隠して。
はいはい。
A massive older man, lady, and a few others came in and surrounded her to form a human barrier. At the very end, Maria-san...
シルビー。はい。プレゼント。
Toss! Don't tell the elf. Oh yeah, she had that on her since earlier. I had handed that tiny box to Maria of all people.
こちらの彼が長年保管してたって。オーロが
Oh.
Oh, you sneaky, sneaky snack.
行くわよ。
They left without giving us a chance to ask any questions. All that was left was me and Sylvie. And, wait.
オーロ、本当に初対面だったの？
I seriously haven't.
そう。じゃあ、どうしてあなたが長年保管してたものなんて。オローラ？
I am prone to saying a lot of things in exposition with people that I've just met. Ah! She found out. Maria-san, why did you have to give that to Sylvie? She shouldn't know my situation, so was it a coincidence? Did such unlucky coincidences even exist? Yes.
オローラの箱。どうしてオーロが？あの時の箱、どうして？
She apparently remembered. That was only natural. She had treasured the ring that was once housed inside of it, after all. To her, that box was...
オーロの名前はオーロよね。
No. Yeah.
イチではないわよね。市松！イチ？
Oh, apparently she did not quite put it together. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It was then that she realized it.
Well, yeah. You weren't used to Japan back then and must have assumed my first name was Ichimatsu when I introduced myself. And so, Ichi.
イチなの？オーロがイチなの？
Yeah.
Glomp. She jumped forward and hugged me before I could say anything. This did make me happy, like you'd expect. But it did put me on the spot.
嘘でしょ？すごい。どうして教えてくれなかったの？
It's taken us like 16 episodes to figure it out.
Look, we stupid. There was never a good time to bring it up. Besides, it was so long ago, I don't remember much.
早く言ってよ。私はたくさん覚えてるわ。イチのこと、昔のこと。いや、あんまり覚えてないわね。他にも20人くらいお友達はいたし、みんなごっちゃになってるかも。でも、会いたかった。イチ。
Tears were welling in her eyes. Not good. My heart had finally simmered down after Maria-san left, and now it was starting to pound again.
まどかくんは元気？高藤くんだっけ？オーロとよく喧嘩してたの。もう喧嘩はしてない？
Madoka was part of a different group, so I'm not sure. I was with Takazo until middle school, though, so we still get in touch once in a while. Also, you're part of the reason I didn't mention it. You gave off an entirely different impression back then. Was it a security measure or something? The reason you didn't mention you were a princess?
I did remember the blonde-haired Sylvie, but not the princess Sylvie. Of course I would be frazzled if she hid the most impactful part of her being a princess from me.
当時はお姫様とは紹介しなかったわね。でも嬉しい。なんだかもう運命みたい。 昔日本に来た時大好きだったイチと、2度目日本に来て大好きになったオーロが一緒の人だなんて。私って絶対お友達運が強いと思うの。オーロがその証拠よ。
Yeah.
As friends, huh? Come on, say that first. Actually, that's right. Friends, huh? How should I go about asking if she wanted anything more than that? I guess it was fine if Sylvie didn't want to bring the subject up.
まだ会うかしら、これ。
No, she did intend to mention it. She took the golden ring out from her pocket. She softly placed it in the box. Her favorite ring fit snugly into the notch in its pedestal.
昔通りね。
Yeah.
I shouldn't run from this anymore. I had to say it.
Sylvie, do you remember... I found this ring and gave it to you. And then...
The person who gave it to her was her first love, right? I was at a loss for words. So, what if I was her first love? That had nothing to do with how she felt now. At present, we were ordinary good friends. I doubted talking about it would change anything. It was pointless to mention, at least I thought so. But... I wanted to. This was my greatest chance to say it, so I wanted to. Then, what would I do if I didn't push forward? This moment was my golden time.
Then, Sylvie, you told me the person... That the person who gave you this ring was...
ちょっと待って、オーロ。
Ah!
What?
She stopped me mid-sentence. What? I was about to make a once-in-a-lifetime confession! Sylvie got a blank look on her face and...
指輪を拾って？違うわよ、オーロ。私たちが拾ったのは指輪じゃないでしょ？
Huh?
だってこの指輪手作りよ。
Huh?
She showed me the ring.
ほら、あのキャンプで解体したピアノのピアノ線でアクセサリーを作るって行事があったでしょ？あれで作ったのよ。外側は金でメッキして、オロオラの文字も私が彫ったの。
It's just gold-plated!
Oh! Now that she mentioned it, I did recall a project like that. Upon a closer look, the ring was beat up here and there, almost like the bracelet I had given to Ella-san. Although it was pretty, the adults had probably done the plating. The insides were definitely handmade. For that matter, the workmanship was pretty clumsy since it was made just... Beg pardon now?
No, you read it correctly. It's just, not right.
Okay. The insides were definitely handmade. For that matter, the workmanship was pretty clumsy since it was just made by children.
Or maybe it was made of children.
Good children get the rings, bad children become the rings.
When you look closely, it was easy to tell how cheap it looked. Unsurprisingly enough, it looked absolutely gorgeous whenever Sylvie wore it.
この箱に合うサイズに適当に作ったけれど、私の指がぴったりに育ってくれてよかったわ。
Everything we thought we knew was a lie.
You know, this kind of fits Ouro because he's just a dumbass.
Yeah.
Is that right?
だいたい指輪なんて高価なものを拾ったら、まずはおまわりさんに届けるはずじゃない。
Yeah, probably.
True enough.
That would naturally be how that would work out. I wasn't the sort of person who led a completely straight and narrow lifestyle by any means, but I also wasn't the type to have the guts to pocket something as seemingly expensive as a ring either. Which meant...
Then what did we find? I know we picked up something.
The meaning of friendship.
My memory was in disarray.
Man, I'm a lot more stupid than I thought.
I remembered finding he rolled a 1. I remembered finding something golden, then giving whatever was there to Sylvie, but if it wasn't a ring...
だから、この箱じゃない。この箱が湖畔に流れ着いてきたの。で、捨てられたものだろうからっていただいたのよ。
Yeah, so...
I remembered up to the part where we found it. The part in the middle where something golden came up. But wasn't that the ring? She was right, if it had been a ring, we would have taken it to the police. It was just some dirty box, so after I checked it with my parents and they said we didn't have to take it to the police, we took it in place of a toy. Then...
What did we find again?
I remembered the box not being empty when we opened it.
金色だ。
It's a fish.
金色です。
It's definitely gold. I'm positive something golden came out.
ええ、出てきたわ。そう。覚えてる？イチ。それをあなたが私にくれて、それで私たち仲良くなったのよ。嬉しかったわ。あの金色がいただけて。10年経った今も大事にしているのよ。
It was a golden Loveriche emblem.
Oh, okay.
That makes so much sense.
Oh, I found this game.
ね、キュロちゃん。
Ah, when did you
what?
get here? It was a golden...
A golden Loveriche emblem?
That was right! It was a golden Loveriche emblem! When we opened the box, we found Loveriche emblems the previous owner had probably collected.
お別れの日の直前にキュロちゃんと交換して。
Okay.
素敵な思い出だわ。
Oh.
I felt like my knees would give out. What was this foolish story? What had I been so distressed about these past few weeks?
オーロったら昔のことはあまり覚えていないわね。
I sure don't.
Look, I don't remember maths. I don't remember anything in my classes. I don't remember a lot of things.
But Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I don't remember who the third person is in the flashback.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I thought I did.
But this was from before elementary school. It was inevitable that you'd forget or get a bunch of wrong ideas.
もう忘れないでちょうだい。私とイチとみんなの素敵な思い出だったのに。で、イチとオーロのことに気づかなかった私が言えたことじゃないわね。
Yeah.
On the other hand, you remember really well. It was a decade ago, but you recalled all the details about the box and whatnot.
Ordinarily, you'd forget.
それはそうよ。初恋の思い出だもの。
Right, her first love. I had forgotten that too. I had narrowly avoided the worst case scenario of me blurting it out, but based on our conversation, I wasn't Sylvie's first love.
ピアノ専攻作でお互いに指輪を作って、再会の約束に交換し合ったわ。イチともまた会えたし、あの人ともまた会えないかしら。ねえオーラ、当時のメンバーで今でも連絡が取れるのは？
Just Staccato, Menegishi, and Kawaii, I guess.
じゃあ違うわね。残念。初恋の人ともどこかで会えないかしら。
Oof.
私の初恋の相馬くん、会いたいわ。
Okay. Okay.
You'll meet Soma-kun somewhere, eventually.
You know, I really thought we were getting past the blockheadedness, but no, it's just we're getting new layers.
He's got layers of blockheadedness like an onion.
But it's not like a parfait. I left the music hall feeling tremendously exhausted. This was the worst. No, maybe it actually wasn't. Thank goodness I had stopped before I said, "Wasn't I your first love?"
No.
It was still a shock either way. Damn it! What the hell do you mean, golden time? I wish I'd never said anything. If I had kept my mouth shut and had these aimless discussions, then I might have realized my mistake. Probably not. Here I was in a cold sweat because I forced myself to push forward. Looks like I really ought to lead an average life.
あれ、オーロー。何か騒ぎがあったようですが。
I got the sense someone spoke to me along the way, but I didn't hear them.
何あれ？さあ、また何かしでかしたのでしょうか。市松殿は何か大きなことをやるたびに、ああして脱力しておられますから。
Very true.
そこがおもろいよね。
He just uses all of his action points.
Yeah, he didn't invest any stats in memory, though.
He has no memory slots. I had gotten to meet Maria Bishop just a little while ago, but all of my excitement at getting to talk to her had vanished into thin air. Ugh. I headed to where I was earlier to remember her. Would she be there? Would she?
あ、どうなった？
Nope.
Hmm?
いや、なんか音楽堂で面白いことしてたと噂に聞いた。
What sorts of rumors? Yeesh.
I guess it was fine if it was her. I had to grumble to someone or I was going to lose my mind.
え、初恋ってお前じゃなかったの？
Yeah.
マジ？
For real.
Of everything else, this was the biggest shock. I never really expected that Sylvie would still be in love with me or anything, but it was beyond frustrating. It was like I'd experienced some mild NTR. Okay. Damn it all. Who the hell was this Soma person? I'm gonna ask this person who happens to have the same last name in front of me if she has a brother or something.
まあ、なんか事情があるんだろ。
Da-na-na-na-na. There was probably nothing else she could say, but Rhea turned away and seemed to be trying her hardest to downplay the situation. I thought she might laugh at me, but thankfully that wasn't the case. At the same time, this was ticking me off more and more, especially since her first love was this Soma-kun. Who the hell were they? Soma-kun seemed like they had the exact same ring as Sylvie's. Rhea took an ashtray out of her jacket pocket and put out her cigarette. The collar of her shirt was open, so I caught a glimpse of her collarbone and the golden chain adored around it. Sweat must have made it itchy. In her usual habit, she scratched at the surface of the chain. Come to think of it, wasn't the info I heard about this Soma person kind of strange? Sylvie told me they made rings together. But those accessory making events using dismantled pianos were supposed to be segregated by gender. The boys were taught how to make stoves for use at the camp. We hadn't been involved in the accessory making program as that was a woman's only activity. That was why I had no memory of having made it. The one who made that ring would have to have been a girl.
やっぱこのチェーン変えるかな。トップだけ残せばいいんだし。
Huh?
The necklace Rhea pulled out caught my eyes as it reflected in the dazzling sunset. And the pendant topper I saw for the first time shone brilliantly in the sunlight. The golden topper in the shape of a ring.
Huh?
Soma-kun.
Soma-kun is Soma-kun?
Soma-kun. Soma-kun?
あ、いい時間だぜ。
Yeah.
Radiance filled the world. In that brief moment, all impurity vanished from the world as it was engulfed by this brilliant light. For this one moment, everything was clear and all doubt ceased to be. Almost like how I had been today as I had pushed forward exactly as I pleased.
「結果はともかく、立ち止まって考えてるよりいろんなことが分かったろ。お前のこと、昔のこと、シルビーのこと。」
She referred to her by her nickname Sylvie like it was a given, even though the two of them had never met. Almost as though she were one of her closest friends.
なら、明日は今日よりもっと面白くなるさ。
It will?
そうだよ。だって今この瞬間は。ゴールデンタイムだ。
ゴールデンミッション、微熱のうちに会いに行ったね。予定上はじゃ物足りない、ドキドキなリ
Oh my god. We have finished the common route.
Common route over.
Also, I am deaf now because I was not expecting that.
Oh yeah, me too.
It was just like, oh my god, my ears. But that's okay.
Pretty good song. I actually really like that one.
I do too. It was good. Wow.
Yeah. And wow, now we have the scenario select.
Yep. We...
Sylvia la Cruz Crown Sortilege Siswa, Reina Kisaki, Heroína de Caballero Ista.
And Secret.
Secret.
Now we actually get to choose the route. This one turned into a longer episode than we had intended, but you know what? It was perfectly worth it to end up finishing out the common route.
Absolutely. If you want to know what route we are gonna do, tune in next time.
All right, well, thank you everybody for watching so far, and we hope to see you as we go down the routes. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.